Today we're going to have some fun. We're going to do some accuracy and some testing on some popular broadheads that Texas Archery has in stock. I'm going to be shooting their indoor range, so let's go make it happen.
Alright guys, it's Raymond with Texas Archery again. Today we're going to be trying some different broadheads. We kind of went to our case over there and just grabbed 4 random packs. We've got 2 fixed blades, 2 packs of expandables. We're going to go out to the 50-yard range and try them all. The cool thing about both the Montec M3 and the Annihilators is they're both solid heads. They're not vented or anything, so it's going to be interesting to see how these fly in correlation to these expandables. So this is kind of funny with the G5, the Montec M3. They claim because they're so sharp, they even send a Band-Aid just straight out of the package. And little broadhead wrench taking them on and off to keep you from having to use the Band-Aid. So that's kind of funny. There's the Grim Reaper. And the Grim Reaper is a 3-blade. The Rage Trypan is going to be a 2-blade. And then we have the Annihilator, which is a very small broadhead, but they claim they fly really good because of the cutting surface and the way they are shaped on the inside of the channel there.
Hey Raymond, while you're putting those broadheads on the arrow, can you give us some pros and cons between mechanical versus fixed blade?
So there's tons of different reasons that separate both categories. Mechanicals, in my mind, not all the time, but are kind of, I guess you could say, one and done broadheads. They do make replaceable collars, and if the blades don't bend, you can replace them on a lot of brands. Some of them, you know, like this Grim Reaper has internal springs and stuff, so sometimes they can get damaged and they're more of a one and done head. Fixed blades, on the other hand, 9 times out of 10 you can resharpen and reuse for a later hunt. Even if you may not go straight to that broadhead, it could be a backup arrow or whatever, you know, for a pig. You may not want to use it on a deer, but it can be used on other things.
So in your opinion, out of all these 4, what do you think is going to be most accurate?
In theory, the mechanical should be. That's the whole reason they were kind of designed, is they're supposed to fly like field points for the guys that can't necessarily get a fixed blade to fly correctly. You know, there's pros and cons to both, but mechanicals usually fly a little better.
All right, here we go. Arrow number 1 is a Montec M3.
Yep.
And what we're going to do is it's going to be a simple, non-scientific test, I guess, accuracy test, because you guys know I'm a beginner. But anyways, we're going to throw two broadheads downrange to that block and see what kind of groupings we get with 2 arrows. A lot of people would like to do 3, 4, 5 arrows, but 2, I think it's good enough for what it is.
Yeah, for right now, we're just trying to see what you're going to use this year.
All right.
See what we get the best flight out of.
Okay, Montec, here we go. I'm going to aim right in the middle of the block. Middle of the block.
Perfect.
50 yards. Hopefully, we will hit the block. I felt like that was a good shot.
So up high?
Up high left.
Okay.
I felt like that was a good shot. I mean,
Let's see.
I felt
see what
okay.
arrow number 2 does with the same broadhead. And,
Number 2, Montec once again. Aiming right in the middle of the block. That went a little. That went low right. I mean, it's got to be me, dude. It's got to be me. But that was. I felt like that was a good shot too. I don't know. What do you think?
Shoot the other 2? Or you
Yeah. Let's go ahead and before we walk, because it's 50 yards a long way. We're going to try the Annihilator right here. The Annihilator. That was a Montec. I mean, the grouping is not that great, but I'm a beginner once again. But I have a lot of confidence in this one because it just looks so stubby.
The Annihilator should track pretty well for you, I'm hoping.
You think so?
Yeah,
just because
it's
it's
been
smaller
a good
profile
flyer for us. A lot of people are loving that head, even though it's got a small cutting surface. If you put it in the right spot, it'll do what it needs to do.
Okay, what do you want? Top right?
Yeah, that or aim at the same spot. Yeah, just aim at the same spot.
Okay, middle. Here we go. Yeah, see that, dude, that was a good, that felt good. That felt good.
It's hard to call from here, maybe a little
It's
low.
like maybe 2 inches low, but
Okay.
in the middle, it's right in the middle.
Yeah, that's something we can work with.
That's not bad. Let's now the test would be if we can throw the second one
Very
at the same
close to
spot.
it.
Yeah, get a
You
good
know, if you
grouping.
do that, then you know everything you're doing is the same, and that's the problem with shooting a fixed blade at this distance. Is everything is magnified.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as some people think. You know, everything's got to be in line.
That felt good too.
And it, like I said, it's hard to call from here at 50, but it looked good from here.
That's a good grouping, man. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. These two were the first with the G3 or M3. Sorry, the M3 Montec M3. These two were the first, and these two were the Annihilator. This was my
This is a
last
great
shot.
for a fixed blade at 50 yards, aiming at a circle this small. That's very acceptable. This one, who knows? You could have dropped your bow arm, you could have did something, but you've actually got somewhat of a group here versus this.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a whole lot we can do for those. But these right here, we could shoot a couple more rounds and really figure out where these things are hitting and get them to fly great.
You're right. The Annihilator.
Yeah,
it flies better in my opinion.
Everybody's saying that. All the customers are saying these things fly like lasers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now you saw the fixed head. Now it's time to shoot the mechanical. And there's a big debate, Raymond, right? Mechanical shoots
Huge
straighter,
debate.
more accurate than fixed.
Yep.
But then again, you're looking at,
Something that may or may not be as reliable.
it failed.
You know,
Failures,
it
right?
Depends on how you look at it, yep.
So we got two, as y'all saw earlier. This one, which model is this?
That is
one?
the Grim Reaper 3 blade.
I expect these to fly straighter, honestly.
Then the fixed
With my
blades?
skill set, yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're much more aerodynamic than a fixed blade broadhead. They're going to track better.
All right, here we go. Let's find out. So what we're going to aim at? You think these are going to be more accurate? So we should aim at a specific
I would aim at
point.
2 different spots with
All right.
these heads.
So top right. Here we go. Top right. Make sure we're 50. Dude, that's on the bullseye.
Sweet.
It's on the bullseye.
I saw that side of the block shift, so I knew you had to be pretty close. It's hard to follow that arrow at 50 yards.
And this is number 2, Grim Reaper number 2. Let's see if we can repeat those results. I mean, it's.
Just
I
low?
would say like maybe an inch max
Okay.
underneath it. I mean, but
It's
that's
not
good
too bad.
groupings.
Yeah, you got to
That's
think
good
too, we're
groupings.
shooting at 50 yards. So, I mean,
Okay.
it's not the easiest shot in the world.
All right, here we go. Mechanical number 2, the Trypan.
Yep, the Rage Trypan.
Rage Trypan. We're gonna go top left. How's that?
That works for me. Looked pretty
That
good.
felt pretty good too.
You're close. It's got to be right there.
I would say maybe
Touch high and a little
3/4 of an inch left top. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still that's a dead animal.
Yeah, you're aiming at vitals even on a whitetail or much bigger than that black
Yeah.
dot.
All right, here we go. Trypan number 2.
Obviously, you want to put it as close to where your aiming point is as you can, but that's for that at this distance, that's definitely acceptable. That one
That
I
felt
think
good.
hit the black dot.
That's bullseye.
I'm pretty sure it did.
That's
right there.
dead center. All right, let's go
check
it
out those groupings and see.
Just what we expected, right, Raymond?
Yeah.
Super accurate. Look at this.
Yeah, you smashed it both on those inside out.
Grim Reaper,
Yep,
one
Grim
on target,
Reaper's on the right.
maybe an inch below.
Yep.
And this is the Trypan Rage, one right dead center, and the other top left. I don't know, man. That says a lot.
Definitely group a lot better than the fixed blades, but that's to be expected.
Why do you think, man? Why?
Well, they're just so much more aerodynamic. Like if you pull this thing out, this is the Rage, and you close it up.
And it opened up too, right? No,
you know, they
issues?
fly like this, so it's so much more aerodynamic than an actual fixed blade. That fixed blade tries to steer the front of that arrow, and it kind of has a mind of its own. If everything's not perfect, it's going to fly wonky every time, where these are designed to fly like field points.
That's crazy, man. Golly, that says a lot.
Each one, you know, as we kind of touched on earlier, has its pros and cons. You know, there's certain animals that I probably wouldn't want to shoot with an expandable, and then some I would. You know, I'm not going to take shoulder shots with something like this, where a fixed blade I'm not scared to. I'll penetrate right through that shoulder. So you just have to know the broadhead and know what it's capable of, and pick the right broadhead for that application.
There you have it. I hope you enjoyed this little accuracy test. Make sure you comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to see more different broadheads, because Texas Archery, they have a bunch of other products in stock.
700 packs of broadheads.
700 packs, man. We can do testing all day, but I'm far from being super accurate. But those mechanicals, man, they hit the dot. 50 yards. 50 yards is a tough shot.
It is.
So I don't know, man. Maybe I should be using mechanical. What do you think?
And it just, like I said earlier, it just depends on what you're doing and what you're going after.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it's an animal that, you know, shooting mechanical is okay, then by all means, definitely do it. And, you know, just having trust in that broadhead is the main thing. Practicing with it, shooting it day to day. You know, as we get inch closer to the season, like we're in August now, guys are shooting their broadheads every day. They're not even shooting field points at all.
I see.
You know, just so they can build confidence and know exactly what that thing's going to do at different yardages.
Yep. There you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll catch you guys on the next one.